Good day, folks. Welcome back to Ed's Garage. Today, the 2024 Elantra Ultimate N-Line in green. This is exotic green, apparently. Tough to tell. It is a metallic color. You know, I wasn't sure about this color when I saw it in pictures, but in person, I like it. It actually looks kind of cool. The reflectiveness of the paint is definitely helping it. So, interesting color for sure, but I'm actually more excited about the vehicle itself because this is the first facelifted 24 Elantra N-Line Ultimate that we've seen. This is our very, very first one, and it just happens to be in this color, which is cool. Anyway, I want to show you everything about this car, all the features, all the perks, all of the nice things about it. So this, of course, is the N-Line trim, so it's the 1.6 turbo. Made it to a dual clutch transmission. It's got the 7-speed dual clutch automatic. Now, a dual clutch transmission in this car is great because it's not a very heavy vehicle. So if it were like an SUV or whatever, like the old Tucsons that had them, you know, I didn't really like the dual clutch in that. But in these cars, it's perfectly acceptable. And it's a nice quick shifting transmission. So it helps for fuel efficiency and of course for acceleration. So let's talk about what's under the hood, and then we'll go around the vehicle and look at the rest of it as well. All right, so this little 1.6 banger puts out 201 horsepower and 195 foot-pounds of torque. Of course, it is a twin-scroll turbo, so you don't have too much turbo lag. It's actually a pretty good little engine. Good combination, actually. These engines have been really, really good for Hyundai. It is a gas direct injection, and being turbocharged, you'd think it might need premium fuel. It does not. You can use regular fuel on this. It is also the SmartStream technology. So Hyundai's got continuously variable valve duration, which helps for fuel efficiency as well, and a couple other cool technologies that kind of go into that SmartStream technology. Anyway, so under the hood, easy to get around, easy to maintain. You get your fuse box there, 12-volt batteries covered up nicely. You got some nice insulation up along the top there. Kind of wish it had the struts, but it just has the prop stick for now. Yeah, not too much else to talk about in here, so we're going to close the hood and look at the rest. All right, so up in the windshield, you see we do of course have the forward-facing camera. That's for the autonomous braking, lane departure warning system, pedestrian detection, junction detection, cyclist detection, etc., etc., etc. It's got all the forward safety features. It's got the forward-facing radar right there as well. What do you guys think of this new redesign on the front end? I think it looks really cool. I actually really quite liked the old one, but I think this one definitely looks a little bit meaner. Lots of black on the front of this one. Kind of goes well with the black mirror caps and the black wheels. Of course, you do have projection LED headlights and high beams, and of course the nice LED daytime running light that merges into this little sort of, not chrome, sort of silver strip, which is right above the N-Line badge. Cool to see. And then of course you notice we do still have the air curtain pass through right here, so that's going to create that curtain of air effect over the wheels to reduce aerodynamic drag. Speaking of the wheels, let's have a quick look. So this is a set of Hancooks. Now, aluminum alloy wheels, of course, with a nice N badge in the middle. They are a 235/40 18-inch. Nice looking wheel. I definitely prefer this over last year's wheel. You can really see through this one. You can see the calipers and everything, so that's kind of cool. So for the boy racers out there, you know, you'll be able to paint those calipers red, yellow, green, whatever. Coming down the side, you got the black mirror caps, as I mentioned, the light in the mirror, as well as the blind spot monitor light there as well. Door handle here, you can see the light shining on the inside there, which is pretty cool. You'll notice there's no button on the door handle anymore because this one now has the touch sensitive thing. So when you basically stick your hand in there, it'll unlock. You can press it to lock the doors though, just like that. So now the doors are locked, I come to it. Now it's unlocked, just like that. Pretty cool. This one is also equipped with digital key. So with digital key, if you have a Samsung phone, a Google Pixel, or an Apple phone, you can set up digital key, which allows you to get into the vehicle, start the vehicle, and drive away, all just using your smartphone. You don't even need the key with you, so that's pretty cool. All right, let's talk about the rest of it here. So coming down the side, got that really cool Z-cut still. That hasn't changed. The back end has changed a tiny bit. You wouldn't know it to look at it though. It looks very, very similar. You can see we've got the little air damper along the bottom here, twin chrome exhaust. We have the lip on the trunk, which looks really cool, so kind of a sporty look. Love the tail lights. on this one as well. This does have the, see if I can get that to come on actually. You can see the light bar goes all the way across and lights up, super cool. Now this one does also have the smart trunk system. So to use that, the car needs to have been locked for 15 seconds with the key away from it. I don't currently have that set up because this vehicle still needs to go through PDI inspection, so I haven't changed any settings yet. But basically the trunk will open up on its own without pressing any buttons at all if you're behind the car with the key fob. So it's basically a hands-free. But there is also a button right here I can press to open up the trunk, and that's right below the flush badge and the camera there. Huge trunk. This is a lot of space back here. The opening is actually quite wide as well, and of course you have the 60/40 folding rear bench, and then underneath we do still get a tire, so that's kind of cool. All right, let's check out inside the car. We're going to start with the back seat first. All right, so I've gone ahead and set up the front seat where I would drive. So let's have a look here. So as you can see, lots of room back here. This is a huge interior for a compact size vehicle. This is actually a mid-size class interior on a compact size sedan. So decent space back here for sure. Unfortunately, hard plastic armrest on the door. However, it does have the folding cup holder armrest, which of course is cushioned. And then you also got these nice solid seat backs. There's a pocket on the passenger seat, not on the driver's seat. Nice black headliner. Of course, grab handles in all four corners. Three corners, just not by the driver. And then there is backlit USB ports here. So these actually light up when the headlights are on. So that's kind of nice. We also have in the door pockets some bottle holders. So 2 cup holders in the center and then bottle holders on the doors. Let's check out the front seat. All right, opening up the driver's door reveals that really cool red stitching on the door panel, as well as the seats and the steering wheel and the shifter. But check out the seat. Now, it's a 10-way power adjustable driver's seat, flanked by some leatherette but cloth in the center. And then you got that cool sort of hexagonal pattern on there, and of course the N badge in the center. But let's check out the comfort. We'll jump in. All right, so power driver seat, but passenger seat is just manual. Let's fire this guy up here and we'll have a look at some of the features. So I'm not going to start the engine because, again, this hasn't been fully PDI'd yet, but we'll look at all of the features regardless here. So starting on the left-hand side, you can see we have the little tweeter in the door panel there. As far as the speaker grill, you can see down here, it says it's Bose, so it does have the Bose audio system, which is nice. Got your dimmer switch here, traction stability control button, and then you might have already noticed this blue line here. That's actually part of the interior ambient lighting. The steering wheel itself, really nice, comfy steering wheel. It's got the little perforated grips here, and it's heated all the way around. So not only is it tilt and telescopic, it's a fully heated steering wheel as well. Got the cool paddle shifters. They've changed the design of the paddle shifters a little bit, so they're kind of longer, so it's actually easier to get to those paddle shifters on both sides. They do kind of move with the steering wheel as well. On the left stock, you have, of course, just your typical headlight stock, nothing too special there. It does have automatic headlights and automatic high beams. And on the right-hand side, we have just the windshield wiper washer stock. Pretty simple. Also on the left side, we have the drive mode button here. That's just behind the steering wheel. So pressing that actually reveals the different looks of the instrument cluster. So that's pretty awesome. On the steering wheel itself, you can see we've got the buttons for the media system. So we have our voice recognition mode, where's the music coming from, answer calls, and a customizable button here. You got the volume up, volume down, next song, previous song, that sort of thing. This one here is customizable. So the first time you press it, you can choose what you want it to do. I usually put that on home. However, yeah, no, that actually works because there's no physical home button anywhere. So we're going to put that on the home button. So if I press that now, it'll take us to the home screen. Okay, on the right-hand side of the steering wheel is all the controls for drive. So basically we have this one here, which kind of cycles through the menu on the screen there. And then this one is also for that as well. So you got menus and then sub-menus within that center cluster. We have our lane keep assist button here, or lane centering, adaptive cruise control, increase, decrease speed, set speed, turn cruise on, that sort of thing. And then in the middle of the console, we have our auto hold button. So that's in case you don't want the car to move when you put it into gear or come to a stop. It basically will, it'll stop the vehicle from moving until you press the gas pedal. This one, of course, is your e-brake, and it does shut off the e-brake automatically. You've got this button, which turns on the backup camera. Let's have a quick look at the backup camera here. And yep, as in keeping with Hyundai backup cameras, a nice clear image with dynamic steering lines as well. And notice that when you do have the backup camera on, it actually is still showing the map here. If I put the car into reverse though, it stays up there as well. I actually thought that was going to disappear. But yeah, when you move the steering wheel, it shows the dynamic steering lines. And then right here, you can actually adjust the view if you want to look at straight down over the bumper. And notice you can actually see the bumper in the bottom of the screen here as well. So you can really get close and personal with the car behind you if you need to. This one does, of course, have the, so I'm going to light this up here for you. It has the wireless charging pad, so that's the pad there. That's the light that comes on to indicate that the wireless charging pad is active. You have a USB connection here. It's a USB-C to charge, but you also have a USB-A here if you want to use wired Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Speaking of Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, it does not have wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay yet, so whether or not that shows up in an upgrade, I don't know, but it's not in there now. I couldn't find the icon for Wi-Fi, which I would normally see if it did. So that's a little frustrating because this is a 2024 model, and I thought they had finally solved that, but I guess not. But anyway, the reason for that, by the way, guys, is Apple and Google wanted this map button to go to their map system, and Hyundai's like, well, we have our own map system, so why would we do that? But they have recently finally resolved that dispute. But apparently this is still using the old software, so no wireless Android Auto, Apple CarPlay yet. As a matter of fact, it doesn't appear to even have the actual hardware for it, so I don't have the answer as to whether or not that's going to get updated to wireless Apple CarPlay Android Auto. I will say this, though. There is a great product. It's called the Link iFun GT6 that you can use to make this wireless and give you some additional features. So check that out in the description below. I have I also got a discount code you can use. It's just Ed's Garage, all caps, no spaces. So check that out if you want to get yourself a wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto adapter that also allows you to play videos on your screen using Netflix or Amazon Prime or whatever. You can even play games on it. It's pretty cool. Check the link below. You'll see what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's get back to this. All right, so we do have automatic dual zone climate control with the heated seat buttons down here. So 3 levels of seat heat. And then the auto actually has 3 levels of intensity. So nothing's changed there. That's all the same as last year's model. So really good to see that. It also has auto defrost as well. So that's good to see as well. So basically it's got a little sensor up here that's detecting moisture and then adjusting accordingly. You've got all your hard buttons here for your stereo, and there's also a customizable button here for, well, again, you can choose what you want to do, but I always put it on phone projection, so Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. I'm not going to go into this screen, guys, just because this is a last year's software, so if you want to learn about this, please check out my review on the 2023 Ultimate Elantra. It'll be exactly the same. One thing I will, however, do is show you the ambient lighting settings. So if I go into setup here and then vehicle into lights, here's our ambient light. So we can choose which color to put this on. So I'm going to put it on red for now. I'm going to turn off dimmed in dark. We've got your map button here. So this one does, of course, have the last generation navigation system, which is honestly, spectacular. It works really, really well. The new system is basically the same, but some of the layouts on this screen are quite different. So instead you'd have like bars. If you've seen the Kona, the latest Kona reviews, you'll notice the new system there. So again, I don't want to get too far into that, but yeah, just a good thing to point out. One thing I will say is that both of these screens are non-polarized, so if you have polarized sunglasses, you'll still be able to see everything on those screens. You can see up here, we got the center channel for the speakers, manual mirror control, and then up top, of course, it does have the sunroof, and the buttons for the sunroof and lighting are all up here. So we have the tilt mode, so you can press that to tilt the sunroof open, and then when you do open it, as you can see, it stops right there, and if you press it again, it goes a little further. Not a lot of people know that, so remember that. Now, in front of those buttons, you can see we've got call for roadside assistance and call for SOS, emergency assistance, and then of course you have your 2 interior lights there, map lights. Both of the sun visors slide, both have mirrors, both have lights. Now, that Blue Link system is free for 3 years in Canada, and it calls emergency services automatically in the event of a collision, but you can also from your cell phone, remotely start the car with the heated seats and heated steering wheel turned on, have it run for a certain amount of time, have the temperature for a certain, at a certain temperature, have the defrost on front and rear, and you can set all of that up for summer, winter, fall, spring, whatever. You can actually add multiple presets for your remote start. Again, free for 3 years. The key fob also has remote start on it. I'll show you the key fob here. So the key fob looks like the Hyundai badge. It's slowly growing on me. I still don't particularly like the key fob, but I don't hate it as much as I used to. The physical key is in here, and then the key fob itself has the hold button here for the remote start, and then there's also a trunk button if you don't want to use the smart trunk. So when you remote start with this key fob and then you get back into the vehicle, you don't actually have to start it again. It just continues to run, so that's kind of nice. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. Again, I didn't want to make this video too long, but kind of highlight some of the differences between this one and the previous year, which was really just kind of the exterior styling. The interior is basically the same. A little disappointed that the screen hasn't changed, but it is a really, really good infotainment system. There's no bones about it. Unfortunately, yeah, it doesn't have the wireless Apple CarPlay Android Auto yet, in quotations, because I don't know if it's actually going to get it. So yeah, if you do want to get that, again, check the link below for that box. It's pretty cool. And it gives you a lot more than just wireless CarPlay. Anyway, that's where I'm going to wrap this video up. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comment section below. And if you thought this video was helpful in any way possible, or any way at all, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for future videos. It does really, really help out the channel when you subscribe. Trying to get to 20,000 this year. Not sure that's going to happen, but I'm going to try. Again, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.